Hi, Sapphira. Good to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me. This is so exciting. Technology is amazing, isn't it?
It's just fantastic. I'm so excited that we're able to do this on other side of London.
Yeah, incredible.
This is wonderful. So I'm so pleased that I'm able to interview you, and I'd love for you to be able to tell us all about your background and what it is that you do in the burlesque scene.
Okay, great. Well, I wanted to start by saying it's a tradition to welcome everybody with a butterfly because burlesque has been such a transformation to me. And really, from on and off stage, it's helped me to accept who I am in all facets of life. So, burlesque means a lot. I have been involved in the scene now for nearly 14 years as a performer. I've been a singer actually all my life, but the burlesque art form for 14 whole years. And something people don't know about me is I have a dual career. So I work like quite high in publishing and for some of the biggest media companies. And that training and corporate, backbone has really helped me to build this brand and I hope message for burlesque. So we've had some great support from big companies because it's been easier for me to sort of align the art form of burlesque to principles and to values around brands from all of this training that I've had. And World Burlesque Day means a lot because this is about unity. It's about bringing people together. I've been a festival director. I've founded things. I'm an entrepreneur, so I've self-funded music videos, festivals, and just put all of my heart and soul into what I love. And it's helped having that media training. And I really hope through what we're doing now, we can open burlesque up to everyone. Because for me, this has changed my life. I want other people to have just a bit of this, even if they just try it from their living rooms. I just think it gives you a sense of confidence. But once you get out there on stage and you might get braver to try a performance, it really is hugely liberating breaking through some of the things you go through. I just think it's a very wonderful psychological tool we can use to help us in everyday life.
That is amazing. So you have such a varied background, and you have so many different elements to pull from in burlesque and in your music career.
Yeah, it's been
Um,
interesting.
so, what would you say are some of the inspirations behind World Burlesque Day?
Well, again, this idea that there wasn't one and that it would be good to unite the scene because, with any performance art and what people are passionate about, sometimes there can be a small rivalry or, disconnection. But actually, our scene is so tiny. I think I counted 151 festivals and growing. So I wanted from like my early days when I thought there was maybe one or two things happening around London, and now it's exploded all over the country and all over Australia, which is where I'm from. I live here in London now, wanting to connect the whole community, and I just thought this is a day for unity and a day to open up our art form with work appropriate classes, so officers could join in, or if you're on teams because you're in lockdown, people can get involved.
Wonderful. I love this theme that you have of harmony and togetherness and trying to make burlesque so much more accessible. I understand this day is in honor of the great Gypsy Rose Lee. Can you tell us a bit about her and why you think this is an important day to remember?
Definitely. Gypsy Rose Lee has been a huge inspiration for a lot of us in the burlesque scene. She was a very famous burlesque artist in the 50s and, really paved the way. But because of her multiple skills as a writer, as a performer, she wrote books and she wrote a memoir about her life. And that went on to become a musical. And the musical, I think, has introduced a huge community to burlesque. It's written by a great team of people, and Stephen Sondheim is one of the key writers. So it's still touring to this day when you mention the word gypsy. And I just thought we need to acknowledge this. This day, the 26th of April in 2020, is actually 50 years since Gypsy's sad passing. So I thought, what a way to commemorate something so amazing. We've had a lovely contact with her son, and he's really behind the day and supporting us, and actually does a tour show sharing stories and home videos with his mum. So it's just been really sort of centered around acknowledging one of our key pioneers.
Oh, that is fantastic. That's so cool that you've been in touch with her son as well. That's fantastic. So you actually have quite a bit in common with Miss Lee, having written a book, and you have as well. So, can you tell us a little bit about you being an author, and how that came about?
Yeah, I worked in publishing in books in the higher education sector and was doing a lot writing, in my administrative role and sales role, and would occasionally not be able to resist popping in a poem or something silly into our internal newsletters. And then through that, it got known that I did songwriting and I was quite flamboyant at our workplace. And the manager, the head of sales, left to become an MD at this mental health publisher. So, because my story is linked to my breakdown and really being reborn by leaving my home country, coming to England, creating a stage name, and getting this newfound sense of confidence, the burlesque or bus story was propositioned. Would I like to share, my life? And I'd used this as a tour name in the past, which had actually sent me bust. So it was funny. It was a chapter in the book, like just the financial catastrophes, trying to be an independent businesswoman, and it kind of wrote itself. I really enjoyed the process, and now it's got a comical angle. I've adapted it to cabaret. I'm working on songs that I think could fit into a musical. I don't know, we'll see, but it's been an amazing experience.
Oh, this is very, very cool. I can definitely see why the butterflies and reinventing yourself and starting fresh are so important to you. Um,
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect to happen on World Burlesque Day?
Oh my gosh, it's just become so big. I started out with this seed of an idea probably about 18 months ago with some team that I work with for publicity. And we realized that there was no day like this in the world. And we thought, wow, we just have to acknowledge this incredible artist, Gypsy, but bring the community together. Initially, it was an offline event with dance class in London. But because of Corona lockdown, I've realized this is actually hopefully going to open up the entire world. So we've now got artists and teams and troops from Paris doing like a medley sing along. We've got someone in Italy doing a tour of her shoe collection, a Finnish star doing a tour of her nipple tassels, and letting everyone see like the behind the scenes of what she does when she creates a costume. So there's just lots of fun activities. I'll do a mindfulness and meditation as well as online tutorials because we'll be streaming some classes. So it's going to be great.
Very cool. So definitely not a quiet or dull day then. A lot going on.
Yeah, and we're trying to make it happen for the entire day, encompassing all the time zones. So it's a big job working out, what activities can be contributed and trying to find something that might fit a friendly time zone for that location, South Africa versus Korea versus the Philippines versus the Northern Territory in Australia. So I'm trying to make it a really fun day where something will happen online that people can participate in at one point or other.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So can anyone get involved in World Burlesque Day, or do you need to be a part of any troops or schools or anything like that?
Gosh, no, the real point is actually to sort of open this up to the whole, global community. It tends to be an 18 plus art form because it is adult, but we're having workplace appropriate classes. Everything's completely clothed and we're just sharing the art form as fun as peeling off a glove or like some of our costume tips and tricks. It's very much to really actually give this avenue for people who are curious and are safe in the confines of their home to try burlesque for the first time or learn a bit more about it. So there's no barriers at all. Just come along, come one, come all.
Fantastic. So is there anything else that you'd like to mention or for people to know about World Burlesque Day?
Definitely. I wanted to say we have a selfie card. Mine's a bit bent, but we'd love to get you to print this if you can or put it on a tablet and do a selfie. It's a simple thing and it would just give a sense of community online on the day. Tag us on Instagram at World Burlesque Day because that's easy for us to see and immediately repost who's like doing videos or anything like that. So, don't be shy. It's a very wonderful, colorful, crazy community. We've got 22 countries contributing ideas and photos and quotes about what it means to them so everyone can get involved.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sapphira. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm sure people all over the world are as well.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.